friends, this is Danny Dingman with Kindness and Joy Toys, and I'm so excited that you have joined us for this Take and Make class. We've so enjoyed doing these classes over the summer. We've been sad not to have you in our shop doing classes and parties, but it has been such a joy to create these for you. So I hope you'll enjoy this one, which happens to be, I think, my favorite of all of them. In your kit, you will have received a canvas, which is what we're going to do our painting on. This is the back of mine. I've already painted the front black. You also received a foam brush, a regular paintbrush, a palette, and 4 colors of paint. We're going to use our palette to mix more colors. So if you're thinking after watching that video that 4 colors isn't enough, you are right. We're going to learn how to make some extra colors out of our 4. All right, the first step whenever you are starting to do a craft is to make sure that your space and your body are ready for the craft. So make sure that you're dressed in a way that will be protective of you from the acrylic paint, which is not washable, unfortunately, but it'll give you something beautiful you can keep forever. So either put on an old junky outfit, or you can put on a smock, an apron, or even make one out of a trash bag by just cutting a little hole in the head and one for the sleeves. So if you need to, go ahead and pause the video, cover your workspace, and make sure you're wearing an outfit that is gonna keep you protected from the paint. All right, if you are all ready for the crafting, you've got your table covered, you're dressed in something you can get messy in, we're gonna do the very first step. For this step, you're gonna need your foam brush, your paint palette, and your black paint. Now, this is where you get to decide as the artist how you want your project to go. Yours is not gonna look just like Vincent van Gogh's. It's gonna be special and it'll have your spin on it. So if you want your background to be black like Miss Danny's, you can do that. If you look at Vincent van Gogh's piece, you can't really tell what the first color was. His canvas, we know, probably started out white like ours. So maybe he just painted right on it. So you could try that method too. I thought I might start with black and see how that goes. So let's go ahead. You can pour your black or blue paint in your palette. You can mix the color you want and then use your foam brush to cover the front and all 4 sides. When you hang this on your wall, you want to make sure there's no white showing, okay? All right, go ahead and pause your video, and when you come back, we're gonna start adding those stars and the beautiful scenery that Vincent van Gogh added to his canvas. All right, friends, we are ready to go. Your canvas should be dry and on all sides ready for our project. All right, I've gone ahead and filled my palette. As you can see, I left some spaces between the colors so I can do some mixing easily. And I'm ready to get started. I've got this right next to me for some inspiration, but I think I might try to do some of this on my own with my own ideas and my own creativity. I'm gonna start over in this corner right here with my moon. Now, the moon in Vincent van Gogh's painting is a dark yellow. So I'm gonna take some yellow and put it in here. Maybe I'll even squirt a little extra in there. Little yellow. I've mixed some yellow in my palette. Another one. And I'm gonna add a little bit of black, like 1 dot of black. Okay, and then I'm just gonna stir that up and see what color I get. I think it's turning out gray. I'm kind of learning as I go here, aren't I? It's the cool part about art. So I'll probably use that later on, maybe for the cypress tree that I'm gonna paint, but I think I'm gonna make my moon this color yellow for now. So I'm gonna use this one. I've loaded my brush. And I'm gonna go ahead and go right here. This is the top of mine. And I'm gonna do a little crescent moon right up in the corner. Now I want to cover up all of my black if I can, all of my background color. So I'm going to put on some thick layers. Now you guys, I have learned a lot about Vincent van Gogh while I've been working on this class for you. Did you know that this painting is 131 years old? You don't know anyone that is that old. Not even your great-great-grandma is going to be that old. Isn't that cool? So, we know that it is a very old painting, but do you guys know where it is? Do any of you know where it is located right now? It's still in existence. It is in New York City in the Museum of Modern Art, which we call MoMA. Isn't that fun? You guys want to say that? MoMA. All right, there's my little moon. Now I think I'm going to add a little white to my brush and kind of mix it in my palette to make a lighter yellow, just to go around the outside of my moon. And I'm just going to go all the way around the outside with my lighter yellow. Kind of looks like Pac-Man right now. Now, some people think that Vincent van Gogh was looking out his window, and that is what inspired this painting. Have you ever looked out your window at night and thought about the stars in the sky? Well, Vincent van Gogh loved the sky so much that he created this beautiful painting. You know what, guys? He taught himself how to paint. He did not go to a fancy art school. He practiced and practiced. He drew pictures. He painted. He did all sorts of different kinds of art and just got better and better and better. You guys can do that too, you know. You can practice art at your house. I'm going to go around my moon now. It's a little hard to see. I'm going to kind of come in and make that a little darker for you so you can see it. There, that's better. All right, so now I'm going to come in with a little white and swirl around. If you remember from the video, there are lots of swirls in Vincent van Gogh's The Starry Night. So we want to kind of practice that kind of art too. I'm slowly kind of making this crescent moon into a little bit of a circle. There we go. And now I'm going to try to do just kind of a pure white all around the outside. A big circle of pure white all the way out to the side. You guys can go slower or faster than Miss Danny, and yours doesn't have to look like Miss Danny's or Vincent van Gogh's at all. We would love to see your take on this piece of art. Now, if you notice, there are lots of little short brush strokes. So let's practice some of those. Let's take our brush and dip it in the color you're using and do some little short brush strokes, just like Vincent van Gogh. Boop, 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 boop. Just like that. When you were watching that video, did you notice the little short lines? What did you notice in that video? I noticed the people looking at it in the museum. Did anyone notice the beautiful gold frame? I thought that was kind of cool. Some of you might make yours go into a gold frame. Wouldn't that be fun? But you can hang these right on the wall when you're done. Okay, so that is the start of my moon. It doesn't look just like Vincent van Gogh's. It looks like Danny Dingman's, and I like that. Okay, so now I want to do some of this beautiful blue sky. So I'm going to come in with some blue. And I'm going to start with just regular blue, and then I'll blend it into the white here in a little bit. Okay, I'm going to move this right there so you can see. We're going to start with our long strokes, and then we'll move into our shorter strokes. And kind of blending it into the white a little bit. It gives it a really nice texture. And it'll get a little darker as it moves away from the moon. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna keep going across the sky. We're gonna do a few stars the same way we did the moon, and we're gonna do some big swirly whirlies in the sky, okay? So what I want you to do is go ahead and pause your video and then do your stars and your swirly whirlies and come back and we'll work on the landscape down low. All right guys, how'd that go? Here's how Ms. Danny did it. I've got my moon over there and I've got 4 stars and I did some swirly whirlies. Now, do you remember when I made, on accident, that perfect greenish gray? Well, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do now. Vincent van Gogh painted a little cypress tree on the bottom of his artwork, and I am gonna come in and do the same. I'm struggling with my light here a little bit. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna do it right. Sorry about that. The video cut out for just a second. I was still painting, so you missed what I was doing here, but all I did was I took those little short brush strokes and I went up, up, up into the stars to create my cypress tree. So I used the yellow and black mixed together, and then can you see I went in with some black and even a couple little dots of yellow to give it texture, and then I added just a little bit of that going through. Now I want to show you something that Vincent van Gogh did that I think is really special. If you noticed in the video, or if you look closely, you can see the little town at the bottom of the starry sky. So what I would like to challenge you to do is to do a little town of some sort at the bottom of your creation. If you guys, just about spilled my paint, friends, if you guys would like to share your artwork with us, we would love to see it. You can either tag us in your social media post sharing your artwork, or you can even text us at 479-422-8776. We would love to see those and share them in our story. We've so enjoyed this summer of Take and Make classes. We hope to see you in the store soon for some classes and parties, but if not, we're going to keep rolling out these Take and Make classes because we know you love them so much and we love to do it for you. Hopefully we will see you soon.